Welcome back to the States. It's time now for America's Talking, with headlines from across the country that you can find in the description below or in your inbox with the Center Square newsletter, free at thecentersquare.com. U.S. Border Patrol in far west Texas is warning rideshare drivers about human smugglers using rideshare apps to organize illegal smuggling activity. In the U.S. Customs and Border Protection sector of El Paso, which includes 2 West Texas counties and all of New Mexico, the Center Square contributor Bethany Blankley reports Border Patrol agents are warning rideshare drivers about the severe legal and physical dangers they face if they fall victim to or participate in transnational criminal smuggling operations. Border Patrol is urging rideshare drivers to be on the lookout for signs of human smuggling. That includes passengers wearing heavily soiled clothing, groups attempting to exceed vehicle occupation limits, third-party bookings where the account holder is absent, or passengers who appear visibly stressed and unaware of their current location. Border Patrol is also warning that drivers who accept suspicious fares risk being detained and investigated at highway checkpoints. Under federal and state law, they could face felony charges for alien smuggling and harboring. A wave of progressive challengers in New York were successful in their attempts to unseat incumbent Democrats serving in Congress in last month's primary election, a few of those victories garnering headlines outside of New York. And it's continued to spark ongoing discussions about the future of the Democratic Party. Arguably, none of the wins by progressive candidates has commanded more attention than a 32-year-old activist and self-described Democratic socialist out of New York who beat a 5-term incumbent U.S. representative. In an interview with CNN over the weekend, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro was asked to weigh in on the activist previously calling for the abolition of prisons, open borders, and ending deportations even for those who are violent criminals. The Center Square contributor John Cole reports Governor Shapiro was asked about the decision to attend a pro-Palestinian rally that the activist attended on October 8, 2023, an event that reportedly featured some anti-Semitic rhetoric justifying the attack by Hamas on Israel that occurred the day before. Now, Shapiro said that her district voted for her, but he got profound differences from that particular candidate, and she's not someone that he says seemingly he would agree with on many things, or that they share similar values. Shapiro, during that same CNN interview, said that he believes what needs to happen for Democrats is they need to deliver the way that they've done things in Pennsylvania to make people's lives better. Citing affordability concerns, Seattle City Councilman Bob Kettle wants to cut Mayor Katie Wilson's plan to raise the Seattle sales tax by 0.15% to pay more public transit services, such as more frequent bus services. The Center Square reporter Randy Diamond reports Wilson's proposal would increase the city sales tax that funds public transit by 0.15 percentage points to 0.3%. Kettle's amendments to the plan would increase the sales tax by a more moderate 0.05%. Kettle insists that a healthy transit and transportation system's essential for Seattle during a public hearing held earlier this week. Ultimately, voters will decide the plan, which must be passed by the Seattle Benefit District by August 4th to qualify for the November ballot. And Illinois' top state attorney has paid more than $2 million in the past 3 years to private law firms, several of which have contributed to his campaign to defend the state against a variety of claims, according to data obtained by the Center Square. The Center Square investigative reporter Jared Strong reports most of that money has gone to 2 prominent law firms with 2 high-profile lawsuits that targeted the Illinois Department of Corrections, one of which recently obtained class action status. The other case involved a now-deceased man who claimed in 2018 he was wrongly detained in solitary confinement in an Illinois prison continuously for 2 decades. In both lawsuits, the Illinois Attorney General's office initially led the defense of the department and their leaders, but later paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to 2 Chicago law firms to litigate the cases, Henshaw and Culbertson LLP and Franczek PC. As a result, the 2 firms were by far the largest recipients of taxpayer money from the Attorney General's office since the start of 2023, according to records. Henshaw had billed the office nearly $1 million in that time. The other firm, they totaled about $620,000. And that's just some of what America's talking about. Get those and other headlines at thecentersquare.com. From my studios in Central Illinois, I'm Greg Bishop. Join us back here Friday to wrap up the week with more stories impacting you, the taxpayer, from across the country, only with the states, powered by the Center Square.